Okay guys, so a little bit of a preface for this video. I wasn't even planning on releasing this video. This was going to be scrapped like a lot of my other ones because it's it's not outdated yet. But I always forget to upload them because I've been really busy. But I guess I will be uploading this one. I want to say thank you to the guy that commented on my previous video on the NFL season. This is my updated predictions after week 1. I hope you all enjoy. Goodbye. Okay guys, welcome back. Let me quickly shut my door. Yeah. Hair on my tongue. Anyway, so for those who don't know, first week in the NFL season is over, and the second week in the college football season is over. I will be doing an LSU prediction after this. Maybe doing the entire SEC. I'm not quite sure yet. It's like 6 a.m., so I don't think I'll be doing that one because I do have to get ready for school. Obviously, Monday Night Football hasn't happened yet, but most of the games are over. If you see here, the Raiders-Ravens game hasn't happened yet, but other than that, all of these other games have happened. This one was a huge shock to the system. I thought the Steelers were going to be good. I didn't think they would be good enough to beat the Bills. And even more so, this one was a shock as well. A lot of the rest of these weren't that shocking, except for this one. The Saints-Packers blowout was really something I did not think would happen. And it looks like Joe Burrow is back with a vengeance. They were up really early in that game. The Cowboys shocked the world by almost beating the Buccaneers. They came so close. If Greg Zuerlein wasn't so crap, they would win. Well, it's not. I'm not going to say that's Greg Zuerlein's fault, though. They did attempt 2 60-yard field goals, so that's kind of on the Cowboys. Anyway, we're going to go back through, and we're going to continue on and begin picking our updated statistics through. As you know, AFC, then AFC, NFC, then NFC is last. So, Houston, I still have them losing to the Browns. They went into Jacksonville. We were all questioning how good the Jags actually were, and it seems like not very. Although Etienne, their starting running back, is out, which kind of means that pick really got them nowhere. No, this one becomes a toss-up now, because the Dolphins put it on the Patriots this past week. I'll give this one to the Bills, but they didn't start off strong, and I'm not gonna stunt. They didn't start off very strong. Broncos will go into Duval and beat the hell out of the Jaguars. That's my prediction. Jets, sorry Jets fans, you're still one of the worst in the league. You're going to lose to the Patriots. I got the Steelers over the Raiders. And honestly, the Chiefs did not look good. It depends on how the Ravens play tomorrow. I'm going to give this one to the Chiefs. But they've got to earn that respect back. Bengals showed that they can play. And they're playing their second NFC North team in 2 weeks. So this is going to be an interesting game. I will give this one to the Bears. I do think the Bengals are going to be much better this year. I'm going to give it to the Bengals. I'm going to give this one to the Bengals. I'm not saying that they're going to turn around completely, but it's much better. Colts Rams. Rams really showed what they're made of in that game late Sunday night. I got to give this one to the Rams. Chargers Cowboys. This one's a toss-up now. I'm going to give it to the Chargers, but that one is a toss-up now. After that game, I got to give this one to the Seahawks. I think the Titans are going to go into that territory trying to look for a W, and it's not going to be there. Giants. Oh, did I predict all of that? No, I didn't predict this one yet. I know this doesn't really matter because this game will be over probably before I even upload this video, but I'm going to go with Raiders here. I think the Raiders are going to start off pretty strong. Football team versus Giants. I got to go for the football team on that one. Eagles, 49ers. I'm going to go with the Niners here. They showed me something pretty dang good. The deep ball is back in New Orleans, and we have a really, really mobile quarterback. I got to give this one up to them. If we play like we did this week, that game's all ours. Like, there's no possible way the Panthers beat us fair. Buccaneers should bounce back from that iffy start to beat the Falcons. Cardinals will beat the Vikings. There's no doubting that. I think the Packers are going to bounce back. They have one of the easiest teams in the league this week. They're going to beat the Lions. Next week, week 3. Let's get into this. Chiefs, Chargers. Again, I don't know how I feel about the Chiefs. It's one of those things where at the start of the season you're kind of like, eh? But I got to give this one to the Chiefs. It's in Arrowhead. I mean, if it wasn't an Arrowhead, maybe then I would look at giving it to the Chargers. But because it's a home game for the Chiefs, I got to give it to the Chiefs. Let's see. Titans, Colts. This one's actually these two are much closer than I thought they would be this season. Broncos will still beat the Jets. And this one also, we haven't seen the Raiders play yet and seen how their starting, overall team goes. So this is going to be interesting. But I will have to go for the Raiders here. I do think the Dolphins are pretty elite, but that's coming. It's hard to overcome. Steelers, I will give the Bengals that loss. They lose to the Steelers at home, and I think the Titans are going to bounce back from an 0-2 start to put the Colts in an 0-3 hole. Yeah. So, Texans, Panthers. Again, Texans are still one of the worst teams in the league. Easily. They're going to lose to the Panthers here. And that's not saying a lot either, because the Panthers aren't that great themselves this season. Bills should bounce back with playing the football team. Browns should beat the Bears. That wouldn't surprise me. The Jaguars will take that fat L to the Cardinals. The Jaguars and the Texans are basically going to be competing for worst team this season. That's my personal opinion. I think that's what's going to happen. And the Lions, of course, who will take another L. I think the Saints never play well in Foxborough. We've never played well in the North in general. But if we can play like we've done today, I got to give my Saints an opportunity to beat the Patriots. It wouldn't be surprising if we do lose to them because of where it is, but just after that first game, I know it's not it's not a complete indication, but it does show promise. So I have to give that. Again, Falcons, Giants and Falcons both didn't do much to help their standing. I'll give this one to the Giants. And I also got to say, LA Rams are going to top the Buccaneers. I personally do believe that the Buccaneers are good, but they overestimate how good they are. The Vikings, I think they're going to beat the Seahawks here. I know that's kind of controversial after this week, but I think they're going to beat the Seahawks here. I just think that's what's going to happen. The Packers, they kind of got punched in the mouth in week 1. This is something that they really, really have to come back from. And this being week 3, them being 1-1, I got to give this to the 49ers. 49ers are going to come out, they're going to play strong, and Packers are going to go 1-2. Cowboys will beat the Eagles. Sorry, Jalen Hurts. You are not good enough to play with an elite defense like the Cowboys. I'm sorry. I'm not saying the Cowboys' defense is all that great. But they're good enough. They're going to get stops, and you will have to play against them in their home. It's going to be really, really difficult. Next up, week 4. Jags, Bengals. Bengals will get that dub. They will get another W, putting them at 3 wins. Bills, Texans. Bills should have an easy walk-off here. Again, the Colts versus Dolphins. This is a good game. I will go ahead and I will say that I hate to do this to Colts fans, but I think that the Dolphins are going to pick this up. Titans are going to go in, beat the Jets at home. I do believe that's how that's going to go. Broncos, I don't think you're ready for the Ravens. I don't think you will be in week 4 either, honestly. Chargers beat the Raiders at home. I do think that's what's going to happen here. And it's honestly looking pretty good for all of these teams. Again, I am not quite sure yet. Wait, week 4. Like I said, I'm not sure about the Chiefs yet this season. I'm going to give them this win over the Eagles because it is an NFC East team, and it should be a pretty easy victory. And the Eagles really haven't done much to help themselves over the last year. I think the Vikings at home will top the Browns. Kind of an upset, and it kind of knocks the Browns down a little bit. They're going to have to come back from that. Packers, I think they're going to bounce back from their initial losses. They're going to beat the Steelers. Patriots, Buccaneers, I think Tom Brady is going to go in there and he's going to beat them. I think Bears beat Lions. I think this Lions team may be worse than the one that went 0-16. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry for it, Lions fans, but you may go 0-16 again. Your team just sucks. It's not good. Cowboys fans, you're going to be very fucking happy. You're going to take the dub over the Panthers. The football team, I'll give it to the Falcons only because it's in Atlanta. If it wasn't in Atlanta, I wouldn't give it to the Falcons. And the Falcons, don't get me wrong, have done nothing good for themselves either. but I think they're going to be hopefully playing with a chip on their shoulder. Luckily, you're still in that playoff race. I know most people are. I think the Saints are going to beat the Giants. And again, especially after what they did this week. If Green Bay is as good as people are saying they are, then the Saints can beat most people in the league. I would say they would really struggle against the Cardinals. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs would be kind of a really good game. The Steelers would be a good game. There's a lot of teams that I think the Saints playing would really be good games this season. Let's see. Seahawks. I think they're going to drop this game to the 49ers. I also think that the Rams are going to drop this game to the Cardinals. I am all in on the Cardinals this season. They put a lot of money into getting J.J. Watt. They put a lot of money into restructuring every single aspect of their team. I think this year could be the year for the Cardinals. They are stacked. Also, the West, the Seahawks are at the bottom of it this year, from what I'm looking at here. That is crazy right now. All right, well, that's week 4. Let's go to week 5. Week 5, Titans going to Duval, beat the hell out of the Jaguars. Again, that's a game that they could lose because the Titans continuously do stupid stuff like that. Steelers will beat the Broncos. Patriots will beat the Texans. Browns will beat the Chargers. Again, I'm not sold on the with the Bills and the Chiefs. I'm not sold on either of these teams. The Bills really showed okay play, but Josh Allen kind of regressed, at least in the first game anyway, from last season. So this could go either way. I will give it to the Chiefs. Chiefs fans, you're probably very happy right now. You're 5-0. Colts, Ravens. I have to give this one to the Ravens only because it's at home. Colts fans, it seems like I'm picking on you, but you just have a really hard starting schedule. That's it. It's hard to pick you in these games. You just have a really hard starting schedule. Of course, maybe that means on the back end you'll have taken your lumps for this season and you'll hopefully go in there and be able to beat, teams. I do think the Falcons are still better than the Jets. Falcons, you're going to beat the Jets. Falcons are 0-5. Jets are 0-5. Jags are 0-5. Colts are 0-5. Again, with the Colts, it's not for a lack of trying. The Colts are really good, but they really have a difficult schedule going forward. Bengals, Packers. I want to go with Joe Burrow here and the Bengals because I think the tandem that they have, Joe Mixon, Jamar Chase, and you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to make the bold prediction that at home the Bengals will beat the Packers. The Packers really didn't show us much of anything in that first game. It really was a massive letdown. Dolphins, I can't give you the dub over the Buccaneers. I know they played. I know they played bad this past week, but I don't know if that was them playing bad or the Cowboys actually playing up. Which is, I'm going to assume it's the Cowboys playing up, and the Buccaneers are still pretty good. Raiders will beat Chicago. Home sweep of that. Seahawks, going into the season, I had them ranked much higher. I will not have them ranked so high anymore, but I do think they'll upset the Rams here, and it'll be a really big thing. The football team just isn't on the Saints level. Even with our receivers the way that they are, the football team is not on the Saints level. I'm sorry. Eagles will beat the Panthers. Vikings will beat the Lions. This is going to be a good game. I will go for the Cardinals here over the 49ers. And Cowboys, you're going to beat the Giants. So how many teams do we have that are 0-5 in the NFC? We have one team in the NFC, and it's the Lions. Again, if any team is going to go 0-16, it's going to be the Lions. Jaguars Dolphins. This is one of those trick games that could trip up the Dolphins. And I think it actually will. I think this game is going to really kind of put a damper on the Dolphins' parade, putting them firmly in the number 2 spot in this division, putting them down at 2-4, and making them question whether they want to start Tua Tagovailoa in the next game. Colts will beat Texans. I will go with the Chargers over Ravens. I just think the Chargers are a more well-rounded team there. It's just what I think with that. Ravens, not for a lack of trying, but they are currently out of the playoffs at 3-3. Broncos fans, you've got a little bit of a ways. You are okay. Your team is good, but it's not good enough if you want an opportunity at the playoffs. Bills, Titans, I still say on the road, Titans beat the Bills, putting the Bills at 3-3, which is not where I expected them to be. Football team, you're good. You're not Chiefs good. You have 2 back-to-back hard games that are going to be losses. Bengals are going to beat the Lions. Keeping that Bengals dream of going to the playoffs alive. Browns, Cardinals. I will give this one to the Browns. It's actually really cool to think about, but I will give this one to the Browns. I think the Browns will upset the Cardinals here, and that's going to be the Cardinals' first loss, and it means, I think, the Saints would, at this point, will be the only unbeaten team for now. The Saints always make some type of big-ass blunder. But Week 6 is whenever the Saints had their bye week anyway. Patriots Cowboys. Got to go Cowboys here. Again, I am not all in on the Cowboys. Don't think of it like that. But I do think they really played well, and if they can continue that consistency, I think they're going to do really well this year. Steelers beat Seahawks. Again, Seahawks in unfamiliar territory, down at the bottom of the NFC West. Eagles, Buccaneers. This is a trap game for Buccaneers, and I think the 2 trap games, the Jaguars and the Eagles, will actually win this week. That currently puts the Saints in a really good position over the Buccaneers coming out of their bye week. Packers, Bears. At some other point, this would be a lot harder. It depends on how this season plays out. I still think Green Bay is elite. However, I will give them the win here. Giants will get obliterated by the Rams. And then, realistically, on paper, the Vikings should win this game. I will give this one to the Vikings. Coming into Week 7. Week 7, Jets coming off a bye week. Doesn't matter. Patriots are going to destroy them. Although, again, this is something that the Patriots could lose. Browns will beat the Broncos. This is going to be one of those defining games for the Bengals. I think the Bengals are going to lose it, but this is going to be a defining game for them. If they win this, it will signify the start of what is to be hopefully a dynasty. The Chiefs, this is going to be their first loss against the Titans. If it was in Arrowhead, I would kind of rethink that, but the Titans are still good. They're out for blood now after that first game. A lot of their teams are going to have to make up failures. So, yeah. And it doesn't look like it gets much easier for the Colts. I think you all know where I'm going on that one. 49ers should beat the Colts there, putting the Colts down near the bottom of the NFL, where they shouldn't be, mind you. They really, really, really have a tough schedule. A really tough schedule. They should not be that far down. Dolphins at home. Falcons coming off a bye. I got to give this one to the Dolphins. Raiders, Eagles. Raiders will beat the Eagles. Cardinals at home will beat the Texans. Giants will lose to the Panthers. Packers will beat, hopefully they will beat the football team. You know, I'm actually going to swap that pick. No, I'm not. Rams will beat the Lions. Again, if the Buccaneers are really good this season, they will come back and beat the Bears. Saints coming off a bye week going into Seattle. This is one of those games. It could be a really big deciding factor. I'm going to give this one to the Saints because it's coming off of the Saints bye week. However, I could see the Saints losing this game. We always play the Seahawks close. Bills coming off bye week. They're going to meet the Dolphins. Dolphins fans are actually in a decent position to do something. Browns will lose to the Steelers coming off of their bye week. Putting the Browns firmly in that third place position at the moment. Maybe second place if they're lucky. Colts now start getting into hopefully an easier part of their season. They're going to beat the Titans here. And again, the Titans really had a pretty simple schedule, relatively speaking. Bengals will continue being the Bengals and beating the Jets. Chargers, coming off a bye week at home, will destroy the Patriots, putting the Chargers, by the way, in an opportunity for the playoffs. Rams. Do we really think the Texans are going to beat the Rams? Jaguars, coming off a bye week, are going to lose. Broncos, football team, I say will beat them. Chiefs will hope. I imagine the Chiefs are going to drop like 50 on the Giants. Pack. The pack. I'm going to give the Cardinals this one. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Packers fans, but you've kind of shaken my confidence in you, and the Cardinals really showed something today, or yesterday, yeah. Bears 49ers. This could be an easy trap game, and I think it will be. I think the Bears are okay. They're pretty good. They do need a lot of help, but they are okay. I do think this could be a trap game. I'm going to go Panthers over Falcons. Again, Falcons fans and Panthers fans, you're not really competing for a playoff spot this year. It's between the Saints and the Buccaneers for the NFC South. That's just how it is. Lions. This is going to be you having the opportunity to stay out of the 0-16 club. However, here's the kicker, is that Dallas is going to be playing for the opportunity to make the playoffs. The Eagles are going to be playing for the opportunity to make the playoffs. I think they come in there and they're going to put it on you. It's going to be a close game because they're going to underestimate you, but you are going to lose that game. I think the Saints and the Buccaneers do trade games this season. I will give this one to the Saints, though. I think whenever we go to Tampa, we're going to lose. Vikings will beat the Cowboys. Sorry, Cowboys, you're still not elite. You're good, but you're not elite. This puts the Saints in a really good position, by the way. 3 games up. We haven't yet locked it down, but we are very close. Colts will beat the Jets. Again, here we go into the easier portion of the Colts season. Earlier, this would have been a massive issue. Now, I think it will still be an issue for the Browns. I'm going to give this one to the Browns, actually. And because of that W, they're pushing the Bengals out right now. The Bengals and the Browns are going to be fighting soon. Dolphins will beat the Texans. And it looks like the Jets are the only team who hasn't won a game in my predictions yet, I think. No, the Lions haven't either. Jaguars, Bills. Bills go on the road. They'll beat the Jaguars. Cowboys. Gonna beat the Broncos. Again, Broncos fans, I know you love your team, but you're not that great. You're not elite. And quite frankly, you deserve to be the bottom of the West. Giants, Raiders coming off a bye week. I gotta go with the Raiders coming off their bye week over the Giants. Panthers. Ravens off of their bye week will win, going 5-3. Eagles, Chargers. I gotta give this one to the Chargers. Chiefs, Packers. It's a good one. Let me give this one to the Packers. I think by week 9, hopefully the Packers have begun clicking on all cylinders and they can fight back. Rams will beat the Titans. This really is a weak division that the Colts could come in and sweep over, and I think they will. Steelers. I think they will come close if they don't get it. Saints, again, going 8-0. Cardinals, 49ers. At home, I say the 49ers beat the Cardinals, knocking the Cardinals down to 7-2, putting them on par with the Rams. And the 49ers just behind them. I think Dolphins at home, I gotta get them over the Ravens. Dolphins over the Ravens at home, I have to pick that. Colts, Jaguars, I'll go Colts. Bills, Jets, come on now. Browns will go into Patriot territory and we'll beat them. Raiders at home will beat the Chiefs. Again, another L for the Chiefs fans in the room, dropping them down and putting the Raiders up there. Lions coming off a bye week, doesn't really matter. Steelers are going to trounce the hell out of you. Titans, Saints, this is a trap game. This is a big trap game. We have a ton of issues with the Titans in the past. I think those issues are going to move away. I think we're in a completely different era in the Saints dynasty. I got to go with the Saints here. Now, again, This has the Saints at the only 9-0 team, partially because of my bias. I am a Saints fan, but also because of what they showed this past week was just that good. If the Green Bay Packers are anywhere close to how they were last year in how dominant they are, what the Saints showed yesterday was amazing. It was really, really good. Chargers, Vikings. Chargers. Broncos will beat the Eagles. Again, Eagles fans, you are still in contention, realistically. Football team and the Giants are probably out, I would imagine. Cowboys, and that just further kicks them out with a Cowboys victory. Buccaneers and football team. I think the football team is going to upset the Buccaneers here. It's actually pretty weird whenever you think about it. The Panthers now have a shot at the playoffs. Well, sorry, they don't. But the Buccaneers are out of the playoffs. Narrowly. It's crazy to think about. Cardinals, I don't know what the football team would be playing. The football team would kind of be playing for hoping to get into that second stringer position. The Packers will overtop that, and the 49ers will beat the Rams, putting the 49ers at a smooth 7-2, the Rams at a 7-3, and the Cardinals at an 8-2. Alrighty, let's see. Week 11. So, Bills, Colts. Colts are fighting for an opportunity to get into the playoffs. I think that really benefits them now. I think they overtop the Bills here. Come on now. We don't even have to debate that. Titans will beat the Texans coming off of their bye week. Texans and Jaguars 1-9 and 1-8 respectively. Really not doing that great. Raiders, Bengals. Bengals coming off their bye week. The Raiders are going to play a really tough game. And the Raiders are both of these teams are chasing playoffs. I'm going to give this one to the Raiders. This kind of kicks the Bengals in the ass. Chargers will drop that game to the Steelers. No. I think the Chargers upset the Steelers, kind of throwing a monkey wrench into the Steelers' plans. Neither of these teams are really competing for much. I'm going to go with the Falcons here. Bears coming off a bye week at home against the Ravens. I got to go for the Bears. Browns will beat the Lions. Again, Lions fans. I want to say, from the NFL as a whole, I'm sorry. You just keep getting terrible season after terrible season. 49ers will beat the Jaguars on the road, putting the Jaguars firmly in a position of, just being plain terrible. Chiefs, Cowboys. This could be a good game. I'm going to give it to the Chiefs, however. This makes the NFC East very interesting. This is a trap game. And I think the Saints will fall victim to this trap game. They're going to lose to the Eagles. Football team is still battling for an opportunity at a playoff berth, but so is the Panthers. I think the football team, however, is going to overtop the Panthers. Packers will beat the Vikings. I think so, anyway. Because by this time, I say the Packers will be clicking like they were last year. Cardinals, Seahawks. I'm going to give this one to the Seahawks at home. Buccaneers will beat the Giants. They are still an elite level team. Bengals, Steelers. Steelers will take their third loss on the season. The Bengals will win this game. The Bengals, keep in mind, are still fighting for a playoff berth. They are not ready to give up yet. The Steelers have an opportunity at a playoff berth already. So they will kind of be almost taking their foot off the gas a little bit. Patriots, Titans, Patriots. I gotta give this one to the Patriots. The Titans, I feel like, will really not be playing too well at this point. They do have good. Their offense showed how it wasn't really versatile, so that's going to be a big issue. Texans, Jets. Here, Jets fans, is where you will get your first victory on the season. You're going to go into Houston, and you're going to embarrass the Texans, and you and them will both be 1-10 on the year. Broncos fans, coming out of the bye week at home, that really helps. They're going to beat the Chargers here. And the Browns, Ravens, Browns are kind of fighting, kind of not. I say the Ravens will win this game. Cowboys still fighting for that possible playoff berth. Raiders will lose. Saints at home beat the Bills. I say it every time. Colts, Buccaneers. I gotta say the Bucs are gonna take another loss here. The Colts at home. The Buccaneers and the Colts are still fighting for an opportunity to be in the playoffs. So are the Buccaneers, but the Buccaneers are, well, they kind of don't know how to fight whenever they get down. The Colts have been fighting back all season, trying to push their way into a playoff spot, but the Buccaneers really, at least Tom Brady anyway, the last time he had issues like this, he left a team. So he's not really used to fighting like that. The Dolphins will take a dub here, overtopping the Bills. Putting the Dolphins in the lone playoff spot for the AFC East currently. Falcons. There's where the Jaguars will get their second win. At the expense of the Falcons. Falcons fans, face it, you're not good. Lions. At home, doesn't matter. Bears will beat them. Again, Lions, I hate to say this. I think personally you're going to go 0-17. Unless you play a really easy team. Giants, Eagles, Giants, Eagles, Giants. Eagles still fighting. Giants are basically out of a playoff race here. Eagles, I say, will win. 49ers will beat the Vikings. The Rams-Packers game, that's going to be a good one. I'm going to go for the Pack here. Packers will win, putting the Rams at 7-4, along with the Packers, who are 8-4. Football team and Seahawks. I got to go for the football team here. I think the football team is underrated, and they're going to be trying to scratch and claw their way to make the NFC East. I believe it's the NFC East. Yeah, the NFC East. Interesting. Bengals, Chargers. Two guys I like a lot playing against each other. Bengals are still trying to scratch and claw their way to a possible playoff berth. I give them the dub here. that kicks out the Chargers, however. Chiefs off a bye. Broncos, bye-bye. You're gone. Texans, Colts. Come on now. This, however, puts the Colts into the playoff spot if the Titans continue to lose. But I think the Titans are finally on bye week. Steelers, Ravens. Steelers always give up a game like this at least once a year. Steelers will give up another one at least once a year. This makes the NFC or the AFC North really good because it is really good, but it's also literally all still in play. Bills will beat the Patriots. Patriots fans, you're going to have a hard year. You better be happy for the time that you had with Tom Brady. Dolphins. Come on now. Jets. Eagles will beat the Jets. Yes. Eagles will beat the Jets. Raiders will beat the football team. Basically, thoroughly shoving an iron rod in their windpipe. Jaguars will lose, as usual. I think the Saints will drop this game to the Cowboys, giving the Cowboys a really strong lead here, and pretty much taking the wind out of the sails for the Eagles because they don't even have their bye. They haven't even had their bye week yet. Bears, Cardinals still fighting for a possible number one spot as the Saints take that L. Falcons, Bucks will beat the Falcons. Lions will lose to the Vikings. And Seahawks will upset the 49ers. Now, Week 14, Browns, coming off of their bye week, will beat the Ravens, putting them at number one in the AFC North. Chiefs will beat the Raiders. Where does that put the Raiders anyway? Titans coming off of their bye week. Are we even going to question that? Vikings Steelers. I'm gonna go with the Vikings. The Vikings have an opportunity to play spoiler. Bengals will play the 49ers. I think the Bengals lose this game, actually, putting the Bengals out of playoff contention and the Steelers back in playoff contention. Are we really talking about the Saints possibly losing to the Jets? And Seahawks, Broncos will beat the Lions. Okay, this puts Broncos at 6-7. Y'all are just mediocre this year. Chargers will beat the Giants, and I think the Bills could upset the Bucks, but I'm gonna go with the Bucks here. Football team. I say they steal one from the Cowboys. Panthers coming off of their bye week will beat the Falcons. Packers coming off of their bye week will go ahead and take that dub against the Bears, and the Cardinals will beat the Rams on Monday night to solidify them as number one seed in that division. Alright, number 15. Chargers. I say the Chargers will upset the Chiefs, causing the Chiefs a whole load of hardship. Browns. This is a good one here. I'm going to give this one to the Raiders. Again, the Raiders are good. They are good. Colts, coming off of their bye week, will beat them. This puts the Colts at a really good position. Dolphins, coming out of their bye week, will beat the Jets. Again, Jaguars, Texans, both of these teams are terrible. I'll give this one to the Texans. Pretty damn good. I think the Texans will sweep this season series. And the Titans will drop a game to the Steelers, putting the Titans at a massive issue against the Colts, where they now are a game behind. Or half a game behind, I guess. Bengals, still trying to fight to be in that playoff position, will fight hard against the Broncos and will beat them. Bills beat the Panthers. Ravens upset the Packers. And Packers fans are not happy with this season. Eagles, coming off a bye week, will beat the football team. Cowboys will beat the Giants. Lions will lose to the Cardinals, probably by a lot. 49ers, the Niners will beat the Falcons. Falcons fans, get ready for a top 10 pick. Rams will go ahead and beat the Seahawks. Seahawks really have a tough schedule. They're a really good team. They just have a tough schedule. Like I said, the Saints will drop this game to the Buccaneers. However, they have 2 games to give to the Buccaneers. And the Vikings, still fighting for a playoff berth, will beat the Bears. So week 16. Bengals beat the Ravens, putting the Ravens at 8-7. Bengals at 10-5. Jets. I say Jets beat the Jaguars. Bills, Patriots. Bills still fighting for a playoff berth. They will beat the Patriots. Texans, Chargers. Come on now. Steelers, Chiefs. I gotta give this one to the Chiefs. Raiders, Broncos. I gotta give this one to the Raiders. Titans will drop another game to the 49ers, roughly guaranteeing that the Colts will represent the AFC South in the playoffs. Packers play the Browns. This could go either way, but I will give it to the Packers because they generally have really good home field advantage. The Colts, I gotta give this one to the Cardinals, which puts them back in that midway position where they don't want to lose. Saints had that game to give. I don't think they want to give it, so they're going to win at home against the Dolphins. Buccaneers on the road, always tough games on the road. But I gotta give that one to the Bucs. Falcons, you're not worse than the Lions. Eagles will beat the Giants. Vikings. The Cowboys at home will beat the football team. Seahawks will beat the Bears. And the Vikings at home. Vikings at home play spoiler a lot. And they will continue this week in week 16. Week 17, we're getting near the end here, which is good. Bengals, Chiefs. Let's go Chiefs here. Colts, Raiders. Colts still playing for that opportunity to represent the AFC South. Patriots, Jags, come on now. Titans, Dolphins, Titans will win. Chargers will beat the Broncos. I think the Browns are going to be fighting the Steelers hard in this game. I think the Browns beat the Steelers. Bills beat the Falcons. Buccaneers beat the Jets. 49ers beat the Texans. Rams beat the Ravens. Bears beat the Giants. Cowboys, Cardinals. I will give this one to the Cardinals. Football team will lose to the Eagles, putting the Eagles in playoff contention. Saints, 13-3 with one game left in the season, will beat the Panthers. Seahawks will beat the Lions, and the Pack will beat the Vikings, roughly knocking the Vikings out of the playoff picture. Now we have the last games of the season. Playoff picture. These guys are fighting for number 1 seed in the AFC North. Colts really can't lose at this point. However, they still need to win this game, and the Titans do play the Texans, so I think their starters will be in for most of it. Dolphins really are trying to fight hard right now, but it's not looking good for them, and the West may have 3 teams in because the West is ridiculous. All right, let's go predict all the AFC. Bills win against Jets, roughly knocking the Dolphins completely out of contention. Browns versus Bengals. I say Browns will win. Jags, come on now. Ravens, Steelers. Doesn't really matter. Neither of these people are making the playoffs, but I will give it to the Ravens. Well, yeah. No, I'm gonna give it to the Ravens. That's gonna be a good game though. Titans, Texans. Titans would still be fighting for a championship spot or a playoff spot, so Titans will win that one. Chiefs will probably, I would say they would probably sit their starters unless, they're fighting for a number 1 spot. I say Chiefs will win this one. Chargers, Raiders. So, it is official, by the way, the AFC is set. Number 1 seed, Chiefs. Number 2 seed will be the Browns. Number 3 seed, Bills. Number 4 seed, Colts. Number 5 seed, Raiders. Number 6 seed, Chargers. And number 7 seed, Bengals. NFC time. Buccaneers will pick up this. Actually, I would say they probably sit their starters because there's no way they don't make the playoffs. So yeah, I would say the Panthers would win this one because they sit their starters. Because they're going to make the playoffs no matter what. Saints also would probably look at sitting their starters because they are above. Actually, no, they're still fighting for a number 1 seed. So I'll go to Saints over the Falcons, which guarantees them number 1 seed. Cowboys, Eagles. I'm going to go with the Eagles, actually. Whoever wins this game gets into the playoffs. I'm going to go with the Eagles. The Eagles are going to beat the Cowboys at home to really kind of silence the idea that it was Dak Prescott. Giants will finally win their second game, as Washington really doesn't give a shit anymore. The Packers will sit their starters, and the Lions will beat them, winning your first and only game of the year against a team that sat all of their starters. Lions fans, you're going to be the number one pick. Vikings, Bears. Doesn't really matter. Vikings are out of the playoffs. So are the Bears. So, gotta give the Vikings that dub. And Cardinals still would be, at this point, fighting for the number one seed. So they would beat the Seahawks, putting them in the number one seed. And I say the Rams would upset the 49ers. So, let's go ahead and go into the wild card round, where the Colts will beat the Raiders, the Bills and Chargers will play, and the Chargers will win, and the Browns will drop this game to the Bengals. A little bit of revenge, knocking them out of the playoffs. Over here, the second seed Saints will play the seventh seeded Buccaneers. I hope the Saints win here. It'll be fucking annoying if they don't. Eagles, Rams. Eagles, Rams. Eagles, Rams, Rams. Come on now. Packers and 49ers in the playoffs. This is going to be a hell of a game. I got to give this one to the 49ers, though. I do. I have to give it to the 49ers. Next up, divisional round. Colts, Chargers. Colts will win. Chiefs coming off of a bye week, playing the Bengals. I got to go with the Chiefs here. Cardinals coming off a bye week, playing the Rams. Yeah. 49ers at home. Saints at home against the 49ers. I got to go for the Saints in that one. Championship games. I'm going to say the Colts are going to upset the Chiefs here. And I'm going to say my Saints will upset the Cardinals. Boys and girls. This means that this Super Bowl will be a rematch of the first and only Super Bowl that the Saints have ever played in. And we will win it again. I say the Saints this year. We have a mobile quarterback. We'll be getting Michael Thomas back, which means we have even more depth at wide receiver. We have tons of running backs. Our defense is strong as hell. Everybody hated us from the start, from the get-go. People thought we were going to lose. So we're here with vengeance to prove them wrong. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all later. Goodbye.